Right, we've got a weight training class today, strengthening all of the muscles in the body. We're going to start with some shoulder rolls back, get the body warmed up and ready to use the weights. I've got 2 3-pound weights here. You could use anything from 1 pound to 5 pounds. Other direction. And if you're in a place where you're not ready to use weights, that's just fine as well. The important thing is to use consistency. Come back and do a little exercise every single day. Okay, bring the elbows up, twist side to side, holding your abdominal muscles in. Imagine you're pulling that belly button towards the spine. Warm up those abdominal muscles. They're so important for balance. All right, reach overhead, side to side. And if you're not able to reach overhead right now, reach across the body. Use the option that works best for you today and where you're at. One more. All right, bring the fingers in front of you. Spread the fingers wide and make a fist. Spread it wide, make a fist. Now on tempo, open, close, open, close. We're gonna make sure we've got plenty of blood and oxygen flowing through even the fingertips before we touch the weights. One more. Drop the arms to the side and rotate the wrists. How's your posture? Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Keep breathing. Very good. All right, we're going to warm up the lower body. So feet together. Tap the toes. All right, next tap the heels. We're warming up the lower part of the legs here. All right, bring both legs in front of you. Flex the feet and point. Flex, point. Flex, point. You're going to really have to engage your abdominal muscles as you do this, so that you can hold those legs up. And if you're not able to do that, you could do 1 foot at a time. And if that's too much, rock back and forth. All right, bring both legs up, rotate the ankles. And other direction. All right, place the feet down on the ground, tap the right foot out and in, and then the left. Right and left. So now we're warming up the hip joints, the outer thighs, inner thighs. All right, pick up that right leg and swing side to side. And other side. Just 2 more of these. All right, and that is our warm up. Pick up the weights. Getting ready to strengthen the whole body. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Abdominal muscles are pulled in. We're going to start with the bicep muscles. That's the big muscle at the top of your arm. Bring your elbows right in against your body. Palms facing me. You're going to come up slow and down slow. You want to control this movement in both directions, making sure you're really focusing on those bicep muscles so you can feel them flexing all the way up and all the way down. do 4 more like this. And then we're going to change this up a little bit. And work even more into that muscle. Burn it out just a little bit. All right, now turning the palms in, and we're going to alternate arms, keeping those elbows pinned against the body. Keep nice tall posture. Belly is still pulled in. If you're not able to hold weights, you could also get some weight bands that you just slip over your wrist like a bracelet. So you still benefit from having the weights. You don't have to worry about the stress on your hands if you're not able to do that right now. Okay, 4 more on each side. 3, 2, last one. Very good. Okay, shake out those arms. You should really be feeling that right here in the biceps at the top of the arm. We're gonna go to the lower body now. You're gonna place one weight at the top of each leg. Feet should be about hip distance apart. Feet flat on the ground. We're gonna work our calf muscles here. You're gonna lift your heels and down. Up, down, up, down. Okay, one more. Then we're gonna speed this up if you're able. If you can't pick up the tempo, that's just fine. The important thing is that you continue to do something. That's where we see progress made, is as you consistently do something every day. Okay, now take the weight from the left hand, put both weights on the right leg, and we're going to work on just the right leg. We're going to do 8 more. And then we're going to switch to the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. On the left leg. Here we go. Up, down, up, down. Okay, 8 more. Now is a really great time to check in with that posture again. Make sure you're still sitting nice and tall. Keeping the belly pulled in. That's so important for your balance. Great job. All right, we're going to go back up to the arms again. You're going to sit nice and tall. Lean forward with a nice straight back. Imagine that the top of your head is just being pulled by a string. So you have a nice straight line from your tailbone all the way to the top of your head. Bring the elbows behind you and push the arms backward, and then bend the elbows but keep them behind your body. So now we're working on the triceps, the back of the arm. All right, now we're going to speed up the tempo here. Keeping the elbows behind your body the whole time. You're bending the elbows, but never bringing them forward. The upper body is still, lower body is still, belly pulled in. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. On this last one, hold it up behind you. Bring the weights a little closer to you. And gently release it down. Fantastic job. Okay, we're next going to work on the quadricep muscles. That's the top of the legs. We worked on the back of the bottom leg. Now we're going to work the top and the front. Bring the right foot forward, flexing the foot. Both weights are at the top of the leg, above the knee. We're going to lift that leg up and lower. Lift and lower. Now notice I'm keeping my legs straight. This is keeping the tension on the quadricep muscle at the top of the leg. That's the muscle we want to feel working in both directions. So that means keeping the legs straight. It means controlling the movement in both directions. As you come up and as you come down, don't let gravity take over. Okay, last one on this side. Then that leg, switch the weights over to the left leg. Straighten that leg. Sitting nice and tall, lift and lower. Okay, we've got 8 more on this leg. Keep that leg straight. Keep the belly pulled in. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Great job. Okay, right about the top of those legs. Should feel pretty warm and tight right at the top of the legs here. Moving back up to the arms now. I'm going to work on the shoulders. I'm going to show you a couple of different options for this. I know a lot of people have problems with their shoulders and even lifting their arms. So if you're one of those people that just really struggles with lifting your arms, you have shoulder problems, I want you to bring your weights to the side and just shrug up and down right here. So this is a perfectly fine option if this is where you need to be today. If you've got a little bit more mobility in the shoulders, you can also be here, just lifting up to the front. And if you feel like even a little bit more, bring the arms up into an arrested position or football goalpost position and push up overhead. So choose the option that's best for you. Stick with me here. Okay, we're going to do 10 more of these. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Excellent job. Okay, again, both of those weights to the top of the right leg. Straighten the right leg. Flex the foot if you're able to. Now this move is also going to take a lot of core strength, so make sure you're sitting tall. Make sure that belly button is pulled towards the spine. You're going to lift the leg, push it out to the side, and then pull back in. Now notice I'm not lifting the leg very high because most of this movement is coming from the hips. So as you push out, you should feel this working the outer hip, and then pull the leg in, feeling the inner thigh working. So it's a push out and a pull in. And the closer you can get that leg to being across the opposite leg, the more you're going to feel this in the inner thigh as you pull across the body. And not a fast movement. It's not a race. We're working on strength here. Okay, we're going to do 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Pull across the body. Great. Bring that leg in. Switch the weights to the other side. Bring that leg out in front of you, straight ahead. And again, we're going to push out and pull in. Push out, pull that leg in. So you should be feeling this in the inner and the outer thighs. If you're not feeling it as much, you can even think about pushing the heel out and then pulling the heel in. Notice my foot is turning slightly, and that is working into those muscles even more, the top of the legs and into the hips. This is also going to help your hip mobility and flexibility, which is so important, especially as we get older. A lot of times we get stiff there, and then we go to take a step, and then our hips aren't there for us, and we end up falling. So we want to make sure that we're preventing that by keeping the hip nice and mobile, flexible. I'm going to do 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Great. All right, bring it in. All right, we're back to the upper body again. We're going to work on our chest muscles. So for this one, we're going to scoot all the way to the back of the chair. Make sure that your back is very well supported by the back of the chair. Feet are flat on the ground. Weights come out to the side. Imagine you're squeezing something heavy in front of you. So your arms aren't strong enough to help, so your chest muscles have to get involved. So really squeeze those chest muscles as you come in. Now why do we care about the chest muscles? The chest muscles work with the upper back muscles to give you great posture. And the better posture you have, the better balance you have. Another big muscle group that's involved with our balance is our abdominal muscles that I keep talking about. So even right now, as we're working the chest, you should have your belly pulled in towards the spine. You should feel that belly feel nice and tight, supporting the lower back and even the chest muscles and the upper back. We're going to do 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Very good. All right, so you should be feeling that all across the front of the body, across the chest. Okay, we're gonna move back to our lower body now. We're gonna get our backside into our romp. So we wanna have nice, strong glutes because that's gonna give us the strength that we need for walking around and doing daily activities. So in order to engage those muscles while we're sitting in a chair, you need to really pay close attention to the form of what I'm gonna do here. So notice I'm lifting my toes up off the ground, pushing my heels into the ground. I bring the weights to the side. My arms are not going to do anything. They're just gonna hang here. They're holding the weights to give a little bit more weight just to the legs to add strength, but the arms will not be doing anything. So with a nice straight back, I'm gonna come forward, putting my weight in those legs, especially the heels. Imagine putting all the weight in the heels. Now, squeeze your butt cheeks together and then push into the heels and come back up. You should feel this in your back side. So coming down, squeezing as you push the heels into the ground. And again, notice my arms are staying still. Back is straight. Pushing those heels in, squeezing the butt cheeks together as you come up. Nice and slow so that you have plenty of time to think about those muscles that you're trying to engage, those glute muscles. That is what we want working here. So squeeze those glute muscles as you come on back up. We're going to do 4 more like that. Don't get excited and speed up though. We're going to keep it nice and slow, focusing on those glute muscles all the way down, all the way up. Now if you can't get your body as low as I am, that's perfectly fine. It's just that motion of pushing your body into the heels and coming back up. You don't have to have the full range of motion as long as you're squeezing those glute muscles and pushing into the heels as much as possible. Very good. Okay, now we're going to work on the upper back. So bring your feet together. You're up closer to the front of the chair. Lean forward with a nice straight back. Arms come to the side, palms facing backward. You're going to imagine that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, and the shoulder blades are pulling the arms backward. So it's not the arms doing the work, it's the shoulder blades. This is going to strengthen the back muscles. Again, with this one, you had a nice straight back. You want to imagine again that somebody's pulling a string out of the top of your head, keeping one nice straight line from the lower back all the way through the top of the head. Squeezing your shoulder blades as you come up. Four more. 3. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Last one. Hold it here. Hold it. Hold it. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And relax it down. All right. Shake out those shoulders. All right. We're getting really close to the end here. We're going to work on our abdominals a little bit. And then we'll be ready for a cool down. So we're going to do one move with the weights. And then we're going to do one without. The first one we're going to do is a modified wood chop. You're going to bring both weights in both hands. Notice mine are kind of crossed over so that I can hold them both a little bit easier. You're going to reach up to the right as I inhale. Exhale, pulling the abdominals in tight, twist over to the left. Inhale up, and exhale down. Now, if you don't have this range of motion, that is perfectly okay. You can just twist here, and then twist back down. And stay right here. If the weights are too much, drop one down, or drop both of them down. Always options. Maybe 3 more. 2. And last one. And reach over. Very good. We've got one more side. Reach up on the left. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale up. And exhale down. Again, if you don't have that range of motion, then you're just going to be right here. Just twisting. Focusing on the abdominal muscles. If you need to drop both weights down or just one, feel free to do that. Make sure that you're feeling your core work. Strong abdominal muscles. Last one. And exhale. Very good. All right, set the weights aside. We're done with those for the day. We'll do one more thing for the abdominal muscles. Now that wood chop, we got really into the oblique muscles, which is the side of the core. We're gonna work more on the front now. So we're gonna lean back slightly in the chair. If you've got armrests on your chair, you can hold on to the armrest or hold on to the feet of your chair. Now, just bringing the feet up just a little bit off of the ground like I have is engaging my core muscles. If this feels really hard to you today, I want you to stay right here and just keep your legs right here, focusing on the belly, keeping the back supported by those tight abdominal muscles. If you feel like you've got a little more strength today, you can lift and lower the legs. Keeping the belly tight, back straight, and make sure you keep breathing. Okay, we're just gonna do 4 more. Focus on keeping that belly tight, upper body still. 1 more. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and release it down. Excellent. All right, we come to the good part. This is where we're gonna cool down. Just inhale, exhale, come down, touch your calf muscles. Now we're gonna do just a couple of cool down things here. In case your heart rate's gotten up. Want to bring the heart rate down slowly so as not to shock the heart. Okay, now bring the right foot in front of you. Inhale. Exhale, reach for that right foot. Doesn't matter how low you get. Do that one more time. Inhale. What I want you to focus on is keeping a straight leg so that you feel a good stretch all along the back of the leg. The more you can pull the toes towards your body, the more you'll feel this in your calf muscle. And come on back up. Bring the left leg in front, flexing the foot. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, slide forward, reaching for the toes. And then again, inhale. And exhale, reaching. Again, not important how low you get. It's important to keep that leg straight so you feel a good stretch along the back of the leg. Keeping the foot flexed so that you feel this on the calf muscle. Take a deep breath here. Blow it out. Inhale, round up. Bring your hands to the knees. Feet about hip width distance apart. Come forward with a nice straight back. Now round your back. Dropping the head. And then come back up, look up at the ceiling. And do that again. Around the back, stretching everything out in the back. And then come down, looking up. And round the back. Come back to a tall seated position. Roll the shoulders back. All right, we're gonna stretch out the hips here. I'll give you a couple of different options. First option is to cross the right foot over the left. So ankles are crossed. I'm going to bring that right foot a little bit higher and turn the foot so the toes are pointed down and my knee is pointing out. And just leaning into the thigh. Be sure not to push on your knee. Make sure you're pushing on the thigh here to stretch out the hip. Now if this feels really easy, or if you've had a hip replacement, stay right here. But if this feels too easy and you feel like you have more flexibility, you can bring that right foot all the way to the top of the left, bend the left leg, and then lean into the thigh, opening up the hip flexor. Take some deep breaths. Should have a lot of extra blood and oxygen flowing through those muscles now after using the weights. So this is a great time to focus on that. Send that extra blood and oxygen into the hip joint so that you'll have the mobility and the flexibility that you need to do your everyday activities. Okay, release that. And now the other side. So the left leg over the right, and then bring that right leg or that left leg a little bit higher, pointing the toes toward the ground, leaning into the upper thigh, stretching out the hip. Now again, if you've had a hip replacement or if you don't have as much flexibility in your hips, this is where you want to stay. But if you have a little more flexibility and you'd like to try it, bring that left leg all the way to the top of the right with the knee out, leaning into the thigh. Bring your body forward slightly. Just opening up the hip flexor. Again, imagining all the extra blood and oxygen getting into that hip. Feel it opening up, loosening up, so it's ready to do everything that you want to do today. Take a deep breath. And relax it out. Bring the right arm across the body, keeping the arm straight. Left arm goes underneath. Bend the left arm, we're stretching the shoulders here. A nice deep breath. And relax it. Left arm across the body, right arm underneath. Bend the right arm, stretching out the left shoulder. Deep breaths. All right, reach wide. Look up at the ceiling, stretching out the chest. And then come forward. Bring the tips of the fingers together around the back, stretching the upper back. And again, reach wide. And around the back, come forward. And back to center. Some shoulder rolls back. And forward. And inhale, reach high. Exhale down. Let's do one more like that. Big breath in, taking lots of fresh oxygen. Exhale it all out. Thank you so much for exercising with me. Remember that everybody has the opportunity to gain every benefit that you can get from exercise, even from a chair.